When operating your Stinger aerator, safety is of the utmost importance. This includes PPE, situational awareness, and common sense. Boots, glasses, and hearing protection are a must. Consult your operations and safety manager to see if high-vis, hard hats, or other safety PPE are required. The operator should keep hands clear of the seat box and the tine assembly at all times. Tines are sharp and pose a safety risk, even when the machine is not in operation. Stay off of slopes greater than 20 degrees. Most smartphones have a slope function built in to test an area in question before proceeding. When aerating slopes less than 20 degrees, ensure that all 4 tires are on the ground at all times. Make sure you use a left-to-right motion. It may be necessary to reduce ground pressure to increase stability. Never have more than one rider on the machine. Never operate the unit if all safety shields and warning labels are not in place. Take caution while refilling the unit to ensure that the unit is cool and on level ground. When securing the equipment on the trailer, always set the parking brake and use a combination of the 6 tie-down points. When aerating, it's important to know what's below the ground. Usage of a service such as 811 or private locate is excellent for marking shallow utilities. Marking irrigation heads and valves are also a necessity for lawns that are irrigated. Clear the area of pedestrians, animals, and debris. Aeration isn't an extreme sport. There isn't a gold medal for taking risk. If you ever feel uncomfortable, stop immediately. To ensure longevity and hassle-free performance, there are a few daily maintenance items. Check oil on level ground. Ensure that the oil is between the hash marks. Add an approved oil if needed. Check tire pressure. Inspect belts for fraying or cracks. Examine the tine assembly for debris. Ensure that the air filter is clean, as well as the fuel filter. Ensure that all safety shields are present and secure. Refer to the operator's manual for additional maintenance items. When it becomes time to service the unit, make sure that the unit is off, the parking brake is set, and remove the key. Disconnecting the spark plug and the negative battery cable will also ensure that the unit is not accidentally turned on. When operating the unit, steering is accomplished with the differential speed between the left and right side. Increasing speed from the left control will cause the unit to turn right. Increasing the speed from the right control will cause the unit to turn left. To stop the unit, release pressure on both handles to allow them to return to the neutral position. Pulling back on the controls will allow the unit to go into reverse. Make sure that the tines are not in the ground while reversing. On the control panel is a 3-way switch: up, transport, and down. This indicates the default position for the tines. The tines are in the up position until the foot pedal is pressed. In transport, the foot pedal will do nothing, and the tines are safe while loading and unloading. In the down position, the tines are in the ground until the foot pedal is pressed. Operator preference and the size of the lawn may dictate whether you want to be in the default up or default down position. The easiest way to set down pressure is to make a sample pass. Go a few feet, take a look behind you, and adjust the pressure accordingly. Ideally, the lowest amount of pressure for the desired plug is the goal. Tine pressure should not lift the rear tires off the ground ever. As you proceed, you may find that you need more or less pressure based on soil condition as well as moisture. This can be adjusted on the fly. Always set the parking brake when you leave the machine, even for just a moment. To start the unit, set the throttle at 50% and pull the choke. Once the unit is started, disengage the choke. After operating the unit, throttle all the way down before shutting off. This can be accomplished with the key switch. Turning the key to the left will turn the unit off. Please remove the key whenever you are leaving the machine. Please keep hands and feet on the machine at all times. Familiarize yourself with machine operation. Find an open area and practice moving the machine slowly, building speed with confidence. Practice engaging the tines in and out of the ground, noting that the unit's speed and handling will be affected by the conditions and tine depth. Outline the property with 2 to 3 laps. Then proceed to go back and forth in a serpentine motion. Gradual and smooth turns, such as going around flower beds or debris in the yard, can be accomplished with a tine assembly in the ground. Make sure you lift the tine assembly if you're performing a 180-degree turn at the end of the row. When operating the optional seed box, there are several things to keep in mind. Make sure that your seed is dry, clean of debris, and fresh. Use the seed chart on the unit to provide a baseline for seed setting. This is the amount of seed that will be laid in a single pass. If you're planning on doing 2 passes, you may want to divide your rate by 2. Always do a seed audit and adjust accordingly. There are up and down arrows located on the seed box controller. Moving these up will increase your seed flow rate, down will decrease it. Ideally, the seed box will be empty overnight to prevent moisture from building up inside. Most operators will place the seed box in automatic mode. In automatic mode, seed will begin to fall as soon as the tines are deployed. When the tines come out of the ground, seed stops. This ensures that you save seed in the corners while making turns and crossing over hard surfaces. This video does not cover all scenarios. Additional safety and maintenance may be required.